watching RT, broadcasting live from Moscow. I'm Kerry Johnston. Hopes are high for the improvement of Russia-NATO relations ahead of Barack Obama's visit to Moscow. The two sides have been at loggerheads since last August, when Russia repelled Georgia's attack on South Ossetia. And as Anissa Nawe reports, although they aren't likely to overcome all obstacles, at least they could move on.
All smiles and more to follow when Barack Obama lands in Moscow. And after a long break, Russia and NATO have decided to resume cooperation. The makeup comes after a big NATO sulk over the past year following the war in Georgia, seemingly all forgotten now as NATO reassesses where its priorities lie. Russia has long been wary of NATO's expansion eastward, but concern intensified over Georgia's membership ambitions when the country launched an attack on South Ossetia last August.
We don't want any illusions of partnership when we are being surrounded by military bases along our borders and more countries are being dragged into NATO. We certainly don't like it.
Georgia may have been on NATO's mind last year, but some say not now.
I think that the Obama administration has put the issue of NATO membership for Georgia on ice.
With the new U.S. president has come new hopes for change, and perhaps we can do it diplomacy.
I think that it is important for NATO allies to engage Russia and to recognize that they have legitimate interests. In some cases we've got common interests, but we also have some core disagreements. We have to send a very clear message to Russia that we want to work with them, but that we can't go back to the old ways of doing business.
And although both sides aren't likely to change their positions, they might be able to move on.
There are no signs that any of sides is eager to revise radically its position. The only way to overcome these problems is to forget about them for a while and to go forward in those spheres where we can reach certain agreements.
Obama has said one day Georgia could very well become part of NATO. But after the war with Russia and a year of serious internal political protest, it doesn't look like the NATO red carpet will be rolled out anytime soon for the Caucasus country.
I don't think the Obama administration has fallen off the idea of one day getting Georgia into NATO, but I don't think it will be pushing on that door.
For now, the U.S. is knocking on another door. There seems to be no doubt that Obama's visit to Moscow will be a critical one. Even if the U.S. and Russia can't put aside their differences over NATO right now, there's certainly plenty more they can work on, like the impact of the global financial crisis. Anissa Nawe, RT, Moscow.